It's one of the busiest travel times of the year, which means security will be ramped up at airports across the country. But while TSA agents are watching you, who's watching the TSA agents?
That's a good question. CBS North Carolina Investigates Jonathan Rodriguez looked into complaints filed right here at RDU and what you need to look out for before you fly.
If you're one of the nearly 49 million travelers expected to take to the skies this Thanksgiving, then the TSA checkpoint is inevitable.
I've not had an issue with it.
I like it. It's a good experience.
No issues. It was efficient. They were friendly.
Usually it goes smoothly. Besides them sticking their hair in their hands in my bun sometimes. That happened once. I didn't like that, but yeah, I'm not carrying a bomb inside of here.
That's the way it's supposed to go. But does it always happen that way? And who's really checking?
Working in a checkpoint is a demanding environment, but we do not have the luxury to fail.
This is the deputy administrator of the TSA during a congressional meeting.
We do have some issues with misconduct, and even one case is one too many.
But it turns out misconduct is not something the federal agency is rushing to talk about. We filed a public records request in 2013 asking for complaints filed against the TSA at RDU, and we got it 3 years later. By the way, this is what they sent us. 10 pages of unorganized complaints. And in font so tiny, look at this. You can barely even read it. But we did, and found the claims range from inappropriate behavior by agents to a whole bunch of missing and broken valuables.
I read through all of those complaints that I was sent by CBS, and it was very clear to me that there was no adequate resolution for the majority of them.
Kate Hanai founded flyersrights.org, advocating for airline passengers.
What we hear on our hotline from thousands of people are items that are virtually missing when they arrive at their destination.
If the TSA searches your bag, they're supposed to leave you a notice of inspection, letting you know they did.
We have a zero tolerance for misconduct in the workplace. We have a zero tolerance for theft.
Sari Koshet's a spokeswoman for the TSA.
97% of those complaints did not have a notice that we had ever been in those bags.
And a lot of them did, though. They had, we went through some of them that actually had NOIs, and there was one where a locker was removed, some missing clothing, a missing money clip, a broken computer, all the damaged lock, 2 iPhones, a Galaxy Tab. All of these had notices of inspection.
There were very few that had notices of inspection, and certainly if there was something that one of our officers was responsible for, then that person will be reimbursed.
According to the records, that never happened.
How often are these claims resolved?
Only about 40% of the time are the claims resolved.
Do you believe these claims are being handled quickly enough?
We're handling them as quickly as we can. Sometimes we cannot reach the passenger in a timely fashion. Everybody's busy. They don't answer their phone. They don't respond to email. We have that a lot.
It caught the attention of the Government Accountability Office, who reported TSA misconduct was up nearly 29% from 2013 to 2015. Everything from employees showing up late to theft.
I mean, that really is what happened. 17% of all theft is TSA. 83% is baggage handlers. So you really do have to be hyper vigilant when you go through and double check all of your items.
There are some airports that have a problem with passengers stealing from other passengers.
A lot to keep up with when you're getting stripped down, scanned up, and often separated from your stuff. Another complaint we found in the records.
Do you think there's enough accountability for TSA agents?
There is. We run random tests. We do surveillance of our own people. We do integrity testing. We've addressed this thoroughly across the country.
Absolutely not. I think the TSA runs roughshod over the flying public, and the flying public has almost zero chance of getting compensated or compensated fully for the items that are lost or damaged.
Either way, if you're planning on flying over the holidays, just keep a close eye on your bags, and hopefully it won't take off with someone else.
All right, so how can you keep your stuff from getting in the wrong hands? Well, the TSA says put locks on your bags since they usually do not have to search them. Hanai recommends that you can actually ship your valuables with insurance to where you're going and avoid this risk altogether. But if you do need to make a claim, we've got links on our website, WNCN.com. John?